entire time.
All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to Cutting Stems.
Hello.
Guys, we're not on our Mattress for Mattress.
Not on the mattress.
If you have been following the saga around the Barstool office, there was some flooding. Pipe burst, I believe, or some sprinkler problem. I don't know, but our set flooded. Bed ruined.
There was like pieces of the ceiling fell onto the bed.
Yeah, it's a disaster. I mean, right over there, across the way here, there's problems all over the place. So the three of us are here.
It's me looking yonder.
Yeah.
But Mattress Firm, we miss you. We miss our mattress.
I'm all junked up.
I feel very junked up right now.
I really miss the mattress, I have to say.
Junked up.
I'm all junked up. Feels like shit up here.
I feel so uncomfortable right now.
I know. Thankfully, I have this.
You guys feel uncomfortable. I hate this seat.
Yeah, Fran's got the worst seat in the house.
And
I actually look
I feel like I have to look down to talk to you guys.
So with this pillow, it's not so bad.
Does this go any lower?
I don't.
Oh, it does.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, whoa, hey down there.
Hey.
Coming down to it.
Mattress Firm, mattressfirm.com, or head to a store to speak to a sleep expert and get yourself a great mattress. We will be getting ourselves a new one. Don't you worry.
Yes.
No Trent tonight, sadly. He is...
Why am I even here?
He's got that little thing called foreplay.
Yep, golfing.
He's
still golfing.
in Myrtle Beach,
like,
which
how much
that's an
can you
awful
golf?
place.
You know, how much can you golf? It's like, don't you get sick of it?
And it's not even that. It's just that it's always beautiful places. He's like,
know.
oh, I gotta be in Myrtle Beach for a week. So sorry.
Where's my fucking
I have
arm?
to go to Switzerland.
Yeah, like, I'm so sorry.
I need to go.
I missed the Bachelorette.
For the 30th time. We
Yeah,
get it.
so no Trent. We had a 2-night Bachelorette situation. I'll say they are milking this for all it's worth. Monday, Tuesday, next Tuesday, and then the finale on the 20th. Utters.
Yeah, we're
They're milking it
over here.
Yeah.
Really milking it.
Yeah, they are.
Milking it good.
Don't be afraid.
Can't stop milking.
We'll
Can't stop
treat your
milking the
udders
shit
gently.
out of this.
These last 2 episodes, plus the 2 episodes we have coming up, easily could have been 2 episodes.
Without question. I think that always towards the end, we'll get hit with a double 2 episodes in a week somewhere. Yeah. And usually it ends up being the finale. Never has it been this soon. Like it was 2 episodes this week, there's 1 next week, and then there's another week with the finale. Why not put both of them next week?
They changed, like 2 weeks ago or a week ago, they changed the schedule because clearly something is happening in real time, which I think we took away from the trailer there that we just saw. You can kind of see, like, it looks like Rachel and seems like Tino are it looks more like a house. So I'm guessing they're in their little hideaway house and shit hits the fan, a la when we watched Ari break up with Becca.
Exactly. Oh, my favorite fucking my favorite thing to rip apart.
So I really do feel like that's the path we're headed. Honestly, Monday night, all the hometown fantasy suite dates went very well, except for Johnny. But it was just like it was Johnny's time.
It was.
I don't think anybody thought Johnny was going farther than this point.
I don't even think that that conversation with Johnny was that bad. I think that we all knew that this was going to happen. Yeah. He was saying it to his family. He was saying it to anybody who would listen.
Gabby knew it too.
Yeah, Gabby knew it too. They had a lovely little day. They post up on the beach. The minute they start talking, you can physically see how uncomfortable Johnny is with talking about engagement or just, worrying that he's not enough for her right now. And I liked what Gabby said, something along the lines of if it was a different time, different circumstances, maybe we can make this work. But, hopefully this experience was good for you and it's good for me. And they left on great terms. A nice hug goodbye.
Yep.
I did appreciate though, and that means ABC is listening. They left him on the beach. She set sail on the boat back to wherever and left him there on the island waving. Yes, we need to bring back those departures.
Yes. One thing they also brought back was not making all the guys stay in the same room after the fantasy suites. They stopped doing that, which is a long time coming. That was always pretty uncomfortable.
So uncomfortable.
This chair
it's kind of funny though. Yeah, I hear it.
Like I'm squeaking.
I hear it
creaking. Oh my God, where is my mattress?
I know. It's a tough.
All junked up.
My mattress.
So much junk right now. So much junk.
Tino, Eric, and Avon all had their hometown. I am just fantasy suites on
Get it
Monday.
together.
I'm sorry.
There's too many episodes.
It's lasting too long.
Yes.
Let's talk about something else.
Let's just get to the end. Let's just get to the end. They all had
You guys
great.
watch the Army Hammer?
No.
No, not yet.
Oh my
They all
God,
had
it's
great
so good.
fantasy
I
suites.
I gotta write a thing about
Discovery
it tomorrow.
Plus.
What's that?
I have to download Discovery.
We have to
Plus.
figure out.
Oh yeah, I get it. I'll give you my login if you want.
Okay.
I had to make one through Amazon
Yeah,
Prime.
yeah.
It was a whole thing. I'll forget to cancel it probably.
Put us in a
and-
group chat or
yeah,
something.
Yeah, I'll play it.
Send it.
Anyway, we had to satiate Rhea for a second. We had to let her get it out of her system. And now we're
She
back.
answered. I was making a joke. You guys want to talk about something else? And she brought up another topic. And I had to
wanted it.
reply. She asked a question. Was I going to ignore her?
Any thoughts on Monday's hometown? If I say hometown one more time,
Bitch,
Fantasy
tell us
suites.
Fantasy suites.
You don't even know what
have
we're
thoughts.
talking about.
I have thoughts.
fantasy suites?
The hometown dates?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about either. The fantasy suites.
I'll tell you.
It took Gabby a long time to jump off that deck playing thing. That's what I remember.
She was scared of that. She made it clear. She kept saying, "I don't want to make."
That
a big deal
lasted
out of
for
how
like
scared I
15
am."
minutes.
It lasted too long. I'll go
Yeah,
ahead and say
they
it.
really
A little too
stretched it
long.
out.
It wasn't even that high up. I'll be honest. Like,
Yeah.
you know, if you're afraid of heights, whatever, they always put somebody in an awkward position who hates heights. This time it happens to be Gabby. I think out of all of Gabby's fantasy suites, I think that Eric was the best one, even leading up to what
Yeah.
happened at the end. Like, I know that she had her time with Jason. She loved the tennis game with him. She loved hanging out with him, whatever. Who's the other guy for Gabby? I forget.
Jason,
Besides Jason.
Johnny.
Johnny, yeah. So Johnny's was cute, whatever, fine, blah, 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 and then sent him packing. But I think Eric, start to finish, even, you know, waking up the next day, all of
Yeah.
that, it seemed very real. It seemed
Yeah.
the most real relationship that she's
What did you guys think of Rachel telling Avon she was falling in love with him and then straight up telling Tino she loved him too?
I think that Avon, I don't know if they edited it to look like he was the first one they went on the date with, but I think that she just was like so excited. Like I don't think that she would have said that
Yeah.
if she had already gone on a fantasy suite date with Tino. I think that she was waiting for Tino. I think she was exploring her options. I think she wanted to get in front of him and be like, I think I'm falling for you. Just to, you know, it's her first time out of the gate. She's trying to seem like, all right, you know, we're telling the truth here. I am falling for you, whatever. And then Tino was like, I love you. And she was like, thank fucking God. I can stop pretending.
That's
and
that's
leading
the I
off
love
with
you
other
I've been
guys.
waiting for.
I think that Rachel sees everything to be very shiny right now. And so I think she just wants to get engaged. She doesn't really care to who.
No, she wants it to be Tino, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think so too.
I think it's definitely going to be Tino. I'm still stuck on that.
Yeah.
From the first episode. But I just think she wants to get engaged. And also the unfortunate timing of Harry Styles spitting on Chris Pine happening during this episode last night really hindered my viewing of the
It
episode.
derailed me too. I had to watch it today. I didn't even watch last night.
It
I had
was-
to watch it today. It just
Yeah.
took
It
over
was-
my life
it
for
did,
24
yeah.
hours.
And it was on my TV, and you know,
Yeah.
more important things happened online.
What
Wearing my robe, by the way.
yeah, you
Guys
are.
comment on the
Sexy.
robe.
Yeah.
My sexy cutting stems
is
robe.
very
Available
sexy.
store.barstoolsports.com. I
Very
love this robe.
sexy.
I love this robe.
The
Seductive.
Yeah.
It's with your new apartment.
Yeah.
ooh. The Gabby and Eric had a great date, but it seemed like they had a conversation privately about how Eric felt about the other fantasy suite dates. And then my interpretation, because it just felt very forced, and obviously producers have to approve that conversation happening, that I feel like a producer asked Eric after the fantasy suite, like, how'd it go? What'd you guys talk about? He's like, oh, it was great. I voiced this concern. And they were probably like, well, what the you didn't do that on camera? You should definitely, how about you bring that up again?
You're a
Because it just
billion%
felt,
correct.
it just felt so forced, and it felt like Gabby really didn't expect it, because Gabby's like, I thought we already talked about this off camera. Why are we bringing this up again? I felt like producers pushed him to do that. And of course, he probably is concerned. I know we get kind of tired of the, you signed up for this show, you know what fantasy suites entails. I do think the feelings you have when it's actually happening, you can't really control, so you have to just say them.
Completely. But even still, I'll say this, like, I think you're 100% correct in the fact that they were like, all right, now you have to have that conversation.
I
on
did,
camera.
yeah.
And you can tell that nobody gave Gabby a heads up because her face, when he started saying that shit, you could watch her shut
Yeah, she looked like she was like, why are we doing this on camera?
Yeah, so upset. Like you could tell that she was not having that at all. And I agree that probably when you're in it, you think like, fuck, this sucks. Like I know this is happening, whatever. Although I do think that you should know by now that if you're doing this, it's going to suck. It's going to be horrible. The number one thing you don't do is kind of say like, this is hurting my feelings. Like, you can't say it. You can say like, oh, I wish it wasn't happening. This fucking sucks, but I respect you, whatever. Leave it at that, because the minute you start making it seem like because I think what Gabby takes away from Eric being like, oh, I'm upset by this, I don't want it to happen, whatever, is, reading between the lines, I don't want you to sleep with anyone else. And being told I can't explore this in the way that I'm supposed to makes it seem like, all right, well, if I do, am I going to be judged? Are you going to dump me? Is everything that we had suddenly lost? It's a double-edged sword, and I feel like you just got to keep that in your back pocket. Talk about it later. Be like, oh my God, that was the hardest week of my life. Like, I just thinking about you with other people just killed me. I know you had to do it, but Jesus Christ, save that conversation when you're clinking champagne over your engagement,
Yeah, I agree. And
Preach.
I agree.
Yep.
Tuesday night,
Thank you.
which is tonight, which we just watched, was one very long breakup, was Jason's fantasy suite date. They had a great day portion. They played tennis, they laughed, they joke around. But Jason, like he said, he's a realist. He's a little too real, if you ask me. And I don't know, I'm guessing his family forced him to go on this show. It's because his mom was like, don't mess this up. And I feel like he's telling Gabby, I don't really know you. I don't really know if any of this is real.
That was crazy.
I don't really know if I want to do any of this. And they did get through that and agree to go into the fantasy suites, but in the morning, they showed a dead bee in a champagne glass. It was like, uh-oh.
Never a good sign.
This didn't go well. Normally that bee is buzzing.
It's always, right, oh my God.
It's the bees and the birds and the bees are buzzing.
How did I not say that?
I don't know, Kelly. You always point it out. They point out to the birds and the bees
every morning.
Every time.
Did I not say that?
The bee was dead.
The bee was dead in the glass. How? And I saw that and I went,
very symbolic.
And I said nothing about it. That's literally the number one thing I say every time.
You did say something about it though.
I think I just
Didn't
said
we
like,
talk
oh
about
shit.
it out loud?
We did.
No,
but
I don't think she was connecting it to the birds.
I didn't register the
birds and the bees
imagery there.
Comparison.
Wow.
Yes.
Really
Powerful stuff.
Wow. I'll ABC
Powerful
with that.
stuff.
Excellent.
Did they kill a bee and put it in the glass?
Probably.
Probably. I wouldn't put it past them.
I wouldn't put it
probably
past
saw
them
it.
either.
ABC hates bees.
I
Put that out
probably-
there.
yeah, ABC's
ABC
ruining
is
the bees.
not saving
Yeah,
the bees.
they did not save
saving
that
the
bee.
bees.
They are not
It was
for the
probably-
planet.
It was probably crawling around the top of the glass and somebody went by and went, oh,
They're
that'll be good. Let me
probably
get the shot.
breeding those
Get in there.
bad lantern bugs. That's how much they.
All right. Now you're really, dude.
I stepped
going
on
too
one of those
far.
yesterday. I stepped on one of those yesterday. I did my part.
You
Yeah, you
There was
did.
one on the
That's-
floor. Yeah, I stepped on one.
Thank you.
I saw an
welcome.
already dead one the other day.
Yeah, and you were like,
And I was
fuck
like,
yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna stomp on you more.
Taking down everything.
You broke the wings off.
Taking down everything.
And I said, ABC will love this.
You submitted your own clip.
I felt bad. That's Rhea's
You
could be
hummed in the background.
a Rhea PSA to look out for the lantern bugs.
Oh yeah, no, the lantern bugs are
Lantern
ruining
bugs
our
are
life.
here and they're here to attack.
Listen,
Yeah.
And you better attack them back.
this has been going on for a while. You know that, right? You know these lantern
what?
bugs have been.
Yeah,
okay, yeah. They're my main concern is that they're
Now
attacking.
my head in this stupid chair squeaks.
Yeah, I hear that. They're attacking they're attacking vineyards.
They're attacking the planet.
No, do you hear what I said?
Trees,
They're attacking
everything.
Plants, yeah.
Vineyards.
Vineyards. Very important. Wine.
Wine.
The wine.
Very
The
important.
wine.
I understand the rest of the planet is also under fire by the lantern bugs, but the vineyards were the first they started attacking, and we can't stand for it. We must step on them.
No, we must kill
They
them.
must be killed. They must
We
be
must
killed.
step on
They
them.
are the enemy.
Have you seen? I honestly only seen them around Jersey.
They
I haven't
are.
seen
I've
them
seen
in
some on
running
the sidewalk in the
rampant.
city.
Here, you
I
saw
saw
them
them today.
here?
I
Yeah.
saw one today crushed in the subway
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
I did.
Good.
First time I've ever
Crushed?
seen it in the city crushed.
The bug was crushed.
Crushed and in a
Good.
puddle. And in a puddle.
Oh, extra dead.
And I was like, yeah.
Just how I like it.
Exactly.
Round and stomped on.
Extra dead. Just like I like it. No, but they are, but you're right, because that's the first one I thought to myself, wow, I killed that one on the train platform in Jersey yesterday, and now I'm seeing one here. They really are traveling
They
far,
are
'cause
scared
I only
of
ever saw them
me.
in Jersey.
I have only seen one.
They get in my parents'
They
house.
don't want Big Rhea's big foot coming their
They
way.
don't want that shit at all.
No, ma'am.
They do not want that shit. Anyway, so yes, the very
Symbolism.
We're not talking about bees, by the way. We're talking about lantern bugs. So get on it, gossip gal.
No. We want to save the bees. It's ABC that's not trying to save the bees.
No. Bees are good. We're not trying to kill the bees.
No. We're not trying to kill the bees, but
Lantern
ABC
bugs.
is trying to kill the bees.
They're killing the bees, putting them in champagne.
That bee was a symbolic death for Gabby and Jason's relationship. It seemed like Gabby was really, really pushing for Jason. Like the way she was talking about Jason, and it's always been him. I wanted to be him at the end, all these things. And then you hear her say, like, you know, they were just trying to work it out how they could even leave together, and Jason wanted nothing to do with it, it seems.
It also seemed, you're 100% correct. And also back to the realist thing, him being like, I'm more of a realist about the situation. I know that people sign up for the show, maybe they don't know what they're getting into, whatever. If you are a person who calls yourself a realist, this show is not for you.
No.
You have to be able to take the leaps and bounds to believe that this can be something. You have to have that faith in the process, in the journey. And if you just aren't going to do that, you're going to get all the way to the end. You're going to break this poor girl's heart because she's here. She's the star of the show.
It takes a lot of balls to come on this show and make it all the way to Fantasy Suites and then say, you don't really know me. I don't really know you.
It's nuts.
Why are we even here?
Something else I'll say about
where am I? It's like
Where am I? Who are we?
It's like Jason agreed to go. It's like Jason's like in high school. He agreed to go to a party with his friends. He got a little too drunk, and then like 3 hours later, he's like, "Where the fuck am I?" Like that's. He made it to Fantasy Suites. He's like, "Holy shit, I gotta get out of here."
You ever have that moment though with people you know for a long time though? Like even with you guys, sometimes I'm like, you guys are strangers. Like you are strangers that we became close one day.
There are parts of my life you know nothing about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You think we're all still strangers?
No, we were once strangers.
Oh, we were once strangers.
We were once strangers.
Yeah.
It's weird to think about. We're not strangers now.
I was about to say, you think we're
not
fucking strangers right now?
There are versions of me that neither of you know at all.
Exactly.
Well, that's how it has to be for life.
Dark and mysterious.
Nobody's meant to know.
There are a lot of doors.
Nobody's meant to know everything about everyone.
That's true. That's facts.
What are you hiding?
You'll never know.
And that's a secret I'll never tell.
And you'll never know.
I want to say about this before I forget. Gabby, the way Gabby acted on her tennis date with Jason, I think, out of all of her dates, was the most like cutie girl, flirty girl.
Yeah.
Like she was so smitten.
She really liked Jason.
Yeah, she did. She did. And I think it was a lot of smoke and mirrors. Like even he wasn't so like into it in that moment. Like she was just like, you know, putting the balls down her shirt. She's being silly. She's calling, what did she call tennis?
Mundane.
Mundane. He's like, I played tennis in college. And she's like, tennis is actually kind of mundane.
Tennis is not mundane.
No, it's very exciting. I love tennis. It's very exciting.
I've been surrounded by nothing but tennis for like the last week.
Yeah.
I love tennis.
You were
US
saying,
Open.
Your book?
I'm reading Carrie Soto is back. Tennis. Tennis date during the show.
A lot of tennis in your life.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Sounds like you got to dust off your racket.
I don't think I've picked up a racket since I was 9 years old, but
wow, girl, get that muscle
time
memory
to get back into it.
Call up Serena, be like,
you need a hitting partner?
Yeah. Get yourself out of retirement because I'm coming.
Yeah. Oh boy. Gabby was very upset. Granted, I really think she tried to make it work. And then, you know, they kept flashing back to Eric, and now she's got to have this conversation with Eric. Eric and Gabby are it right now. We see this conversation. Gabby's like, hey, I want to make this work. Everybody else is gone.
Right.
He is thrilled, and they seem very happy in this moment that we're seeing right now. On the other side of this, Zach has his fantasy suite date with Rachel, which is, you know, you think this is going to go really well. We're all worried that she is actually going to just repeat history after everything that happened with Clayton and him saying how hard it was emotionally to break up with these girls and all these things. And here's Rachel in a situation where it looks like she goes into the fantasy suite with Zach. And according to Zach, because we have it from Rachel's side, but according to Zach, it was very inauthentic. They had a bad conversation, and it really felt like Rachel was pushing him to answer, you know, if he was ready for marriage because of his age. Now, if you look on the thing, you know, it says Zach 25, Rachel 26. The fine people on the internet, Rachel is like 4 months older than Zach.
It's typical.
She's born in March, he's born in July, apparently.
Typical. Those months count, you know. You never know.
My take on it was
So
that
she's 4 months older than him.
Yep.
my take on it was that they disagreed about something political.
Billion%.
Because it
You're
was,
going.
He said it though.
This is a
no,
stretch.
he said no.
we were
it's
talking
not
about
a
politics,
stretch.
religion,
No, can I
and then
finish
all of a
though?
sudden-
Yes.
Because he went from, we started talking about religion and politics, and then she started saying, "Oh, are you ready for an engagement?" It was a quick jump from the religion politics topic to then you're not ready for an engagement. It kind of felt like there was something that happened in that conversation, or else why else did that get brought up? Why else did the religion and
Right.
politics part get brought up and all that?
I think he was just saying, I think he was saying it to really show how deep they were getting.
That's a good point.
And it was just like,
Right,
look, we
to
were
be like-
covering all topics.
Yeah.
We were talking about religion, politics, like really trying to get to know each other. And the one thing that Rachel was harping on was my age.
Yeah, yeah.
And which really bothered him because it's not a big gap. And I really feel like Rachel is just, we saw it with Tyler. She dragged out that breakup too. I feel like she's so afraid to break up with these guys that she's like, in this point, she knows her feelings for Tino and Avon are really strong. Probably just Tino, I think she just tried to get Zach to leave on his own.
Completely.
And then she's gonna have a whole breakdown. She's gonna cry. She's gonna be upset because Zach is gonna confront her for the rose ceremony, and she's gonna say she feels blindsided and all these things, and then it's gonna be a whole big thing.
I also think that in their conversations, you know, they're getting to know each other, they're doing all of those things. I bet in having those conversations, she was hoping that he would show a little bit of immaturity. I think that all she needs is that excuse of like, he's a little too immature. And calling someone young, calling someone whatever, when you're talking about all those things, is almost implying, I think you're too immature for this situation.
Yeah.
Like, and
Or
are basically questioning
she's
him.
too
Are you
immature.
sure? I think she is too immature, but I think that she was wanting him to kind of prove, like, say, "Oh, I'm not ready for this," or "Oh, whatever," so she could just write that off in her own mind.
She
Like,
found
oh, well,
out who
he just wasn't ready. He was only 25. He was.
She found out who he voted for in the last election, and she was
Yes.
pissed.
Yes. She was like, "Listen, no, I'm not gonna." I had more jokes. So I'm gonna keep it to myself.
It's a.
We could joke, but
We
we're
could
gonna get
joke.
in trouble.
Yeah, yeah.
They have.
Joke later.
Now their chemistry felt like very off in the morning after. Very
oh, that was the
uncomfortable.
fakest shit of all time, Fran.
Yeah, it was really weird.
They
She's
go out
like,
on the veranda.
"Clarity."
Yeah, they're on the
What's
right. They're on the
happening?
veranda and
Yeah.
they're sipping whatever, and they're like, "Oh, clarity, clarity."
oh, that was
clarity."
nice
They
last
say
night,
10
right?
times, right. It's like, what was this?
Was
like,
it
did you guys
nice?
fuck last night or what?
That,
Like,
and they're still mad. They had a religion politic talk, and they acted like they, you know,
But why
agree. No, they were like this, agree to disagree, and
Yeah,
then they went to
totally,
bed, and they
totally.
woke up the next morning.
we're totally fine. We're on the
you
same
know
page,
something.
right? Maybe that's how that convo went. She was like, just want to make sure that we're on the same page.
Maybe Zach
we
wouldn't
don't get
do it.
along politically.
Maybe Zach wouldn't do it like
But is
vocally.
anyone really like that at 25 and 26?
No, and that's why for Rachel
I'm
to be
like, that's why I'm
lording over
stopping
him when
myself
she's
right
older-
now.
No, honestly, for her to be lording over him, like I think about myself. I think myself at 25, I was an asshole. Think about myself at 26, I was an asshole. Like I'm still an asshole.
4
but in
months
different
apart.
ways. They're
You're
4 months
definitely
apart.
still an asshole.
Definitely still an asshole, but I like have experienced a little more life. But I think that the two, for her to
Also,
act
I
like
would have put the other
he
person on the
hasn't
spot.
experienced. Totally. For
Like
her
if
to
that
act
was
like
really
he
it, I
hasn't
would have been like, look,
experienced-
we didn't agree on
Yeah.
important shit. Look, remember Tasha's home fantasy suite with Ivan? And they broke.
forgot.
They were like, religion. We can't agree. That's it.
Can't do it.
Like, and it
yeah.
was like they said that was the reason.
What didn't they agree on religiously?
I believe
not
Tasha
religious.
is religious and Ivan is
Oh,
not.
right,
Yeah.
right.
And
And
he
they
was
were like-
he was like hardcore,
Yeah.
I do not believe in religion.
Like I don't fuck with religion.
I won't even like go. She was
Yeah.
saying like, but what about like just coming to church on Sunday? He
Yeah,
was
so
like, no,
I
absolutely not.
think
I
like,
don't
and they openly were like, not gonna work.
Yeah, all right, peace out. Yeah. So yeah, that is true. But they maybe just.
I don't know. Zach
maybe would've
Zach
mentioned it,
definitely
that
got a
would
big Bachelor edit this episode for
Huge.
sure. So
Those
I'm
in-depth
not really
conversations
into
with
him
Jesse.
as the Bachelor.
I don't know.
I agree. I mean, I think that my mind can change on that, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, but he's 25.
Yes, but truly, that's what I'm saying. But also,
Like I like
Rachel
when we
is
do
so young
have.
too. Like
I
these
know
girls
they are
both
both so young. I
How
do
old
like
is
when they
Gabby?
have older leads because
Yes.
you get a wider range of contestants that you can have on. You have a 25-year-old lead, then you have a bunch of 21-year-olds on the show.
And we've watched Rachel act like a 26-year-old this entire time. She cries every 5 minutes. She doesn't know what she wants. She doesn't know what she wants to do. You know what you want to do though, girl. You do it. I wish Rachel had some of your wherewithal to just do whatever the fuck she wanted to do. She doesn't ever want to commit to something. She's just like, all she wants is for someone to come to her and it be easy and fall in her lap. And Tino has been the only guy that comes through and is like, I love you. But she's too clouded by.
Tino's up to no good.
Tino is up to no good. Tino is up to
we all did something bad.
How does she not see it? Because she's clouded. She just wants a husband.
I know.
She just wants an engagement, and she'll turn a blind eye to anything.
She'll do anything to get.
You know, I feel bad though, because it does. I don't know if it's just like you just get your mindset that you want the engagement so badly. Because in this preview, right? First of all, we come back 5 minutes. It's 9:55. Jesse Palmer's on our screen in an empty studio. I guess they tried to make it seem like they're setting up for the live finale. Empty studio. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to show you anymore. It's so dramatic, most dramatic ever, blah, 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 blah. Now they're going to be live finale, 2 parts. We'll see what happens with both of them. But I think they both really built up the idea of being engaged, which is fair. But for me, it's hard because I feel bad. Like, I really do feel like Eric loves Gabby, but is just the proposal thing is a big thing. And for Gabby, it's probably like, oh, come on, none of these guys want to fucking propose. Like, they're all saying the same thing, so it's probably frustrating. But if it gets to the point where Eric is like, I really, really like you and like want to date you, do we have to get engaged? Like, I do kind of feel like that's fair, but as the Bachelorette, of course you want the engagement.
Yeah.
So they're going to be upset about it. Rachel really wants the engagement. I think Rachel gets the engagement that she wants from that.
Completely.
And then there's some, like I said, there's some scenes that look like they're in a different house. I feel like they probably filmed it 2 weeks ago. Something happened. Tino did something.
I agree.
Tino did something bad.
Tino's in trouble.
I have a question for you guys that I just thought of when you just said that. If any of us were the Bachelorette and the person we really fall for it, hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah,
we are in
one
love.
guy.
There is one guy, we are in love. And he comes to you kind of off camera and is like, listen, I'm just nervous about like being engaged. It just feels so final. It feels so, like I want to date you. I want to get to know you. Like I do love you. I just want to make sure that we both are happy with this and whatever. Would you say that's fine? We don't have to get engaged?
Yeah.
I think I would
What
too.
am I just gonna get engaged to somebody I don't like?
I would too, but I'd cry.
Oh yeah.
I definitely I think I would. I think I would get emotional about it. Like I think I'd be like, because you always there's that little voice that's like, but
why?
Why?
Yeah. But why? What the fuck?
But why not?
Yeah.
We're here.
Yeah.
It's paid for.
Right.
Let's do this. Let's do this thing. We love each other.
But I think like I can just take the ring off.
I think you agree to leave together, and then 2 weeks later, after being in the outside world, you're like, you know what? That was probably the right decision.
Yeah.
And let's date. Once you get out of the bubble, you probably have some clarity of like, oh, that was the right thing to do.
I also kind of think that getting engaged on The Bachelorette or The Bachelor is almost like I promise to be your boyfriend. Like I feel like it's really
absolutely.
People spend years being engaged after that, and some break up, some stay together, some get married, whatever. But I have a lot of respect for those who get engaged and have like a very long.
Which is why I do think some of the Bachelor and the Bachelorette's mindset is like, well, let's just do it.
Yeah,
like, let's just
get engaged
so we have the moment and the ending, but it doesn't. We can take it slow.
Yeah.
When in reality, you also could just take it slow and not do those things. So. It's going to be very dramatic. Let's take some questions while Rhea gets that ready. Oh my God, would you look at that? I picked my favorite visit.
Oh my God.
And
again?
Every time.
Every time. Can you believe it? There it is, guys. The blackberry lemon. This is my go-to Vizzy hard seltzer flavor. I love this one. They have the antioxidant vitamin C. They're so delicious. I know summer's kind of coming to an end here, but I do feel like Vizzy is a great Saturday, fall, college football drink to bring it to a tailgate.
Definitely.
They have the mimosa packs, which is also great. I think they might be next to Kelly, actually. Are those the mimosa ones?
The Vizzy Variety Pack 2.
Oh, those are the variety packs.
It's variety
They have
pack
a
too.
mimosa pack.
I like the idea of a mimosa
which
pack.
I think is
I love
great
that.
for a morning scenario. So you can check out VizzyHardSeltzer.com/chicks, VizzyHardSeltzer, also .com/passthevibes to check out all the sweepstakes situations they have going on at Vizzy. We love Vizzy. Thank you very much. Rhea, let's get some questions.
What do we think Tino did, if you had to take any guesses?
Well, I want you to give your answer first.
Oh,
yeah.
really? Putting me on the spot.
Well, because I feel like you already had an idea.
No, I was just throwing that
was
out there. I
just,
said, what if he cheated?
Yeah.
That'd be
It's
fucking
possible.
crazy.
It is possible,
That would
which
be fucking crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm not.
Rachel really
rooting
looks
for
like
that.
she's yelling at him.
Yeah. You didn't
Maybe
keep
he's
your promises.
maybe he's breaking up with her. Maybe he's not
Yeah.
into it anymore. Maybe
Right. Maybe he just says, like, I proposed and I take it back.
I'm taking it back.
You know,
I want to take it back.
I agree with that. Do you think it has something to do with his
Family.
parents?
Yeah,
it has
totally
to be some of his
could.
parents.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
he
yeah,
promised
because
Totally
she's
could.
saying
it would be fun. Maybe he
Oh,
tries
yeah.
to break up with her because
He proposes and then he goes home and his parents are like, what the fuck did you just do?
And
Yep.
she says, "You're going back on everything you said," because he
Yeah.
was like, "No, don't
Yep.
worry, my parents do like you."
They're just gonna have to
fine."
accept it.
And
Bold move to
now it's not going to work because his parents
Yeah.
are being meanies.
I wouldn't be surprised if his parents are involved in some way in that
Yeah.
scenario.
Do you
God.
think she still has feelings for Clayton? She's always bringing him up all the time.
No. I think she just is trying so hard not to. Be
Yeah, I think
like
she's
that.
so obsessed about
Yeah.
how Clayton looked out of her season that she's worried about her
I agree.
image coming out of this season.
Totally.
It's like because when there's no way you're at Fantasy Suites, she's obviously actively thinking about her situation at that time. She brought it up with Zach. So it just feels like in her mind, she's probably thinking, I threw out one, I love you. Like I said, one, I'm falling in love. I gotta rein it in here.
I wouldn't be surprised if she probably, I don't think she'd ever say this on camera, but she's probably feeling more sympathetic towards Clayton now. Being
I would agree.
in his shoes.
I would
bet
agree.
She's kind of like, damn, okay, maybe I freaked out. Like, this is actually kind of hard.
Yeah, I agree.
Do we really think next week's finale and the week after is the most dramatic yet?
No.
Yeah, no. What, I don't know, though. I mean, like, what is the most, what would you say the most dramatic is so far? I don't know if
Ari's.
Ari.
I think Ari's.
Ari's, and I honestly don't even think. I mean, it's not close, but of course, Pilot
Pete's,
Pete's,
yeah,
with Barb and all
yeah,
that
yeah,
was
that
very
was
dramatic.
That was
But
dramatic.
there's
That
nothing
was just more of a spectacle.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, Pete did switch from Hannah Ann to.
No, I mean,
Addie
they're
to
definitely
Kelly.
both up there.
But Ari legitimately took back an engagement and gave it to another girl.
And that was
Yes.
out of nowhere.
Yes.
None of us, I
Yeah.
felt like there wasn't any, we thought that, they rode off into the sunset, happily ever after. We thought he was coming through just to say, hey, like they gave us no prep, no preview that was going to happen.
I don't
like,
think Rachel is, from what we can see, it's not like Rachel is breaking up with Tino and going to one of these other guys.
No.
If anything, probably the dramatics here is Rachel and Tino have broken up in the last couple weeks. Something happened. It's all going to go down. And if I'm hoping, because honestly, I'm rooting for Gabby and Eric. I am.
Yes, I am
I like
too.
them together. I think Jason is really going to get put on the hot seat, which could be dramatic. But I'm hoping that Gabby and Eric can work it out and figure out how to maybe just be
Yeah. I
a
think
dating couple at the end of this.
Yes, I think that Gabby's tears in the previews are more of like fear tears. Like
Yeah, and I
similar
think
to
it's
how
more
she's
of
crying
like
on the
a
bridge or whatever.
disappointment. You go in thinking
Totally.
you're going to end with an engagement. Now you have two guys, actually three guys if you count Johnny.
Yeah.
Right? Like all of them saying, hey, we're not ready to do that at the end of this.
And especially after the whole season, everybody's fighting
Yeah.
tooth and nail over Gabby. All of a sudden,
I
it's
know.
time to pay the piper. Nobody wants to put a ring on her finger.
I know. I
I'd be
just think
frustrated.
Eric is nervous about it. And Eric's got, I don't know, I feel bad. Eric's got a lot going on with his
know, he
family. Like he's got if he's probably thinking about his dad and if he's
course.
ready for a proposal at this time. Like you got to think about your family in
course.
those scenarios.
Yes.
Do we think Rachel is fake on camera?
I could lean towards yes on
I
that.
feel the same.
I don't know why I'd trust Zach. Not that I don't trust Rachel, but like, I don't know why Zach would make that all up. You know, he was
Yeah.
crying to Jesse Palmer.
Right. Why would he cry?
He
on
was
TV to Jesse
really
Palmer?
crying. So I think they definitely had an uncomfortable conversation.
She's probably just like very,
Yeah.
very like matter of fact.
Yeah.
Very, like
Everybody's a little
go.
performative when the cameras are on, and maybe
Totally.
that was just when Zach was like, wait a second, something's up here. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I actually kind of think maybe, yeah.
Yeah. It's like that's Andy Dorfman, Juan Pablo situation. Went into the fantasy suites, came out. She was like, "Fuck no, that guy's an asshole."
Yep.
Can't believe it. Not that Rachel's an asshole, but
Yeah.
it happens.
Last question. In the finale, who are we most excited to see an explanation from?
Ooh. I mean, I guess
think
Tino.
Jason.
I don't know. Jason, I feel like he just didn't want to be on the show. He didn't want to be on the
Yeah,
show.
but I want to know why he went on the show.
I would like to know that as well. That's fair.
That's the question I have. I bet you Tino's dad's going to be a part of this finale.
Yeah.
He's going to be in the audience for
Do
sure.
you think he even would be though? I feel like his parents are so anti. Like they just seem,
No,
like, they almost seemed pissed that there were cameras in the
All
house.
Bachelor Nation Scoop posts a lot of screenshots of Tino's dad's Facebook posts.
Oh yes.
And he is very active talking about the show. I think
What does he say?
No, not like nothing bad, but like he'll clear some stuff up, or he'll like hear a news report and he'll like repost it and talk about like his side of it. So he is very open to sharing things where I'm like, I think he kind of likes
He likes having a platform
to talk about it.
Talk about his point of view.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I could
and
see
like
that.
people who are giving him shit or like making fun of him and stuff, he's like, for all the haters, like I'm like giving clarifications about him himself. So kind of feels like when you're doing that, you like the attention a little bit.
Yeah. If Tino's dad is saying back off to the haters, he's engaging the haters.
Exactly. So I kind of feel like he could be
looking for Tino's dad.
He could be in the audience there at one point for this 2-part live finale.
Jesus Christ.
It's way too long.
So way too long. Entirely too long.
All right, shall we cut some stems?
Let's do it.
Thank you for your questions, everybody. And we are now going to hand out some roses, cut some stems.
Excellent.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Go ahead, Kelly.
I have an immediate rose.
An immediate rose.
Yeah, I think you guys know.
Fast rose.
I am going directly. This rose goes a sharp swing from our attitudes last week. The rose goes directly to the production team who put the bee in the champagne.
Yeah.
That is just another round of applause, in my opinion. Like, I just, wow. And I can't believe it took me until we were having this conversation to really appreciate that moment. Oof, man, I love the symbolism there. Love it. Love some good symbolism. All right, let's see. My stem. I'm going to cut the stem of... man, I just had it, and then it went away. Something to do with Jason. I'm gonna cut the stem of Jason's attitude during tennis, because I felt like he was taking it too seriously when Gabby was trying to joke around, and it just felt like, all right, man, we get it. You played tennis in college, like you can back off and like be flirty and cutesy with Gabby for a minute. And I felt like he didn't really let up. And we find out, you know, he wanted to go home anyway, so but whatever. But I'm gonna cut the stem of his attitude.
Yeah.
I am going to cut the stem of Jesse Palmer's ending, calling it the most, you know, they have to do that, but you don't have to do it. You know what I mean? Like, don't get us all hyped up for no reason. And I'm going to give my rose to Eric because
it's nice.
I think he's sweet, and I feel bad that I don't feel like Gabby fully explained to him that he's kind of the last one left.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to give my rose to Eric.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
I am kind of in the same realm here of you, Kelly, but opposite. I'm actually going to cut the producer who convinced Eric to rehab that conversation with Gabby. That was unnecessary, and honestly did nothing but make Gabby upset, when I think Gabby and Eric don't need any of that right now. I did not like that, felt unnecessary. I felt like that was very forced. If it was Eric himself doing that again after talking about it privately, then this also goes to Eric, but I really do feel like he was pushed to have that conversation, or else, you know, you have to, everyone's gonna sign off on having that conversation. And my rose, you know, as of right now, I'm just gonna give my rose to Avon, because I just feel like he's floated through this thing.
He really has. He doesn't stand a chance.
He likes Rachel. They have a good connection. They've had nothing but good dates. And there's all this drama happening around him. I don't know if he has any idea what's happening. He might be watching this show right now and have no idea that this is how this season played out.
Not a chance. He's posted up in his palapa right now, just hanging out, being like, oh, can't wait to get to the rose ceremony to see Rachel again.
How did this all happen?
Up on the side.
I have no idea. He's about to make it what I would guess to the final 2, and he really coasted there.
Yeah, big time, big time.
Without any.
I know. Speaking of people I know
without
nothing
any
about,
issues.
I know nothing about it. Like I don't even know him.
I know. It's
They don't
kind of
even
like
know each
okay.
other.
Well, because it's been the Tino show, you know.
It's
it
always
just has.
the Tino show. I know.
It just has.
And it's our fault.
It is our fault. I feel responsible for it.
But
too.
also, I mean, when you're right, you're right.
Yep.
And you called it, Rhea. So.
Thank you.
Yep. Good point.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You made a
Nice
good
job.
point.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. That wraps it up for Cutting Stems. We will be back next Tuesday again, the 13th, for the after show of the first live finale that promises to be the most dramatic finale ever.
You really killed that.
Thank you.
Yeah, crushed
Thank
it.
you.
Crushed it. I can't wait.